So Evergreen Studios is a place that I've been familiar with for a long time. I actually came here when I was a kid with my dad. He was a musician, and I would run up and down the halls, and they would be doing sessions, and I'd be sneaking in to try and hear music. When we had the opportunity to be involved here and come in and use it as kind of a home base for my business and create a studio here, I was very excited. Yeah, Evergreen Studios really is bigger than just this dub stage or the scoring stage. There's a bunch of rooms here, a lot of studios. There's probably 10 or 12 different studios, different sizes. Music writers, producers, composers, editors, sound designers, everything is here, all housed in one campus. So it's an exciting place to work. The other thing that's really cool about Evergreen Studio is we do have the flexibility to accommodate like a big production. Somebody could come in if they're working on a film, post up here for 6 months. You're doing your editing, you're doing your design, you're ultimately scoring the film here, you're mixing on the dub stage. So the idea of having one project come here and really make it the home base is, I think, really appealing feature of Evergreen Studios. So the Dolby stage here at Evergreen is, I think, perfectly situated to do a lot of things. So hopefully we do some film and TV projects. Hopefully we do some immersive audio mixing for music. I'll be doing all my projects here, all the film and TV work that I do. So when we started building the room, or at least had the idea of building the room, we got in touch with the good folks at AID to really help guide us and bring us the insight as to what was the best of the best that we needed to really execute our vision.
I was approached and met with Harvey Mason Jr. when they were first acquiring the Evergreen Studios. It's a multiple room facility, and there was a room that I was familiar with here from years back. The ability to take this room into a mixing stage seemed like a very natural idea. It was the most opportune space in the building to accomplish what he was looking for, which was the ability to do dubbing for film, television, records, and especially in an Atmos environment.
I think Atmos is crazy. It's incredible, actually. The sound that we have created in this room, in this space with Dolby Atmos is mind-blowing. I used to have hair, and it was all blown off because of Dolby Atmos. I think it just gives us an opportunity to be so creative and do so many things that I never even imagined we could do. And if you're thinking of a idea sonically in your head, you're like, wouldn't it be cool if you could do this and it sounded like that? With Dolby Atmos, you can do that. So we're so excited to have this room set up the way that it is.
When we work with clients, we do our best to understand what their goals are and what it is that they're presenting to their clients, because very often our clients are people providing services to people who are creative. And creative people have the willingness to experiment sometimes, but they also have schedules and budgets to commit to. So there's always a balance of artistic creativity versus the reliability and repeatability and efficiencies that need to be built into a system.
One of the cool things about the studio is how every room talks to each other. The synergy between the different spaces, and a lot of that's done through Pro Tools. I've been working on it since it was really, I think, 2 tracks, and I went to 8 tracks. So I've done all my projects on that platform, and it's just been instrumental in the way that I've worked over the years, and now really a big part of Evergreen Studios, because every room is going to have Pro Tools. Every room is connected to the next, so we can port music from the scoring stage to the dub stage, and it all comes up on a very common interface with Pro Tools, something that we're all familiar with and is basically a standard for not just my company, but I think for the industry.
Our history with Avid goes back decades. We've seen Avid become the common currency. It is the language of audio, especially in Southern California in post-production. It is rare to find a facility that is not Avid-centric, whether it be Pro Tools and Pro Tools S6.
Well, the S6 and Pro Tools is a big part of how we work with Atmos, because it gives you that flexibility and it gives you that opportunity to seamlessly think of something, put your hands on it, either in the box or on the desk, and it comes straight out the speakers, and it's effortless. You're not trying to figure out the tech behind it, or how do I get this to do that?
The sound system that we redesigned and installed is a Meyer Ashround system, and it can work both in a film, television, and in a music space. The B-Chain sound system integrates through the MTRX multiple MTRXs in certain circumstances that feed the speaker processor, the renderer, and then eventually, obviously, the speaker components. It's all tied to a Barco 2K projector for all the images on the screen, which is approximately 16 feet by 9 feet.
The interface works so well. The Dolby and the Avid technologies go hand in hand with allowing us to be able to just throw a sound here, move a sound here, EQ, compression, everything works perfectly together, and that's why I love the way our system is set up.
A facility like Evergreen Studios is primed for success for a number of reasons. The access to community, the access to talent, location, the people involved. What we contribute is making sure that the facility holds up its end of the bargain. We work very hard to make sure that technology is not a barrier. It is actually something that can be leveraged for success.
Really pleased with the end result, and the way that the room turned out was a big part to AID's involvement and help in making sure that we got just the right stuff, just the right team installing it, and now we're here.